It's your voice, your vote. 4 candidates are vying for the District 6 City Representative seat. Incumbent Claudia Lisette Rodriguez is facing challengers Benjamin J. Leiva, Kristen Botello, and former State Representative Art Fierro. I want to thank you all for joining us. Now, we have several questions that we think our viewers want to know what your stand is on these issues. You'll each be given approximately 1.5 minutes to answer, and I will let you know when your time is up so we can move on and give the rest of the candidates time to answer. Let's start off with one of the biggest topics affecting the borderland, immigration. Your thoughts on what's being done in El Paso, and if elected, what would you do differently? And I'll start with the incumbent. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you so much, Saul, and thank you for having us. As you all know, I have been the one incumbent representative that has been adamantly fighting for this situation. I find it very irresponsible for us to be using taxpayer-funded money, our property taxes, our general fund, to be funding this entire operation. This is a federal issue. The federal government needs to come in and they need to take appropriate action. Long term, it's not sustainable. I know that we have been doing the local emergency ordinance, and the reason for that is to help our local officials, help our local fire department and police department from letting the situation get out of control. So, you know, I will continue to fight for El Paso. I think I have proved myself to be doing that. And I mean, really, I would just strongly support or ask of everybody to please call your representatives and ask them to declare a disaster declaration.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's move on to Mr. Leiva. Your response?
Hi. So I support the Rescue Mission of El Paso. It's one of the nonprofits that I really, really like and I support. I spoke to them last week, and from what I understand, they're actually taking in people that are here in the city. And I support that. I think anybody that's in El Paso, we should help. And anybody that needs help, if we can, we should help them. And I think the city's doing great. So I will just continue to support them.
Okay, Mr. Botello?
I believe that we have to still continue to work with our partners, our nonprofit partners, Office of Emergency Management. You know, I really do feel that working with our partners to handle the situation is important. This is a federal issue, but it's impacting us locally. However, for the amount that's been spent for transportation and for taking care of this challenge, I would really fight to try to get reimbursed for all the costs. Because from the federal government, working with our congresswomen, our federal partners, and also try to get money up front so that we can pay for these expenses up front and take care of this.
Okay, Mr. Fierro.
Thank you, Saul. This is a federal issue. I think the city is handling this in a very humane manner. I think the mayor's vision of going back and charging FEMA for the reimbursements, so that none of the taxpayer dollars are being used. They're being reimbursed by FEMA and the federal government. This is all, it's a federal issue. And I think that the mayor has, his vision and his foresight is kept us from making this a local issue. It's a very humane way that we're treating the migrants, much unlike the way we did the last time this happened, and there was people sleeping in the streets, people, you know, that was just a total disaster, being dumped at the bus stop. This way, it's being handled humane, and it's not costing the local taxpayer dollars. We're being reimbursed by FEMA. It's just a little slower than everybody wants.
Thank you, Mr. Fierro. On to our next question. El Paso is considered one of the safest cities of comparable size. Now, do you agree or do you believe more needs to be done in terms of crime? We'll start with you, Mr. Fierro.
Oh, thank you so much. Absolutely. I think that more needs to be done. And the first step is by ensuring that the manning tables for fire, for police are at the level they should be. I mean, my understanding is right now we're 150 police officers short. They're being overworked. Our fire departments, first responders, they have so much overtime, they're being overworked, and they're doing the very best they can, in my opinion. But we have got to support them. We've got to make sure that they have the people power, the manpower, the training that they need to keep our city safe.
Okay, Mr. Botello?
Well, historically, El Paso has been safe, one of the safest cities in El Paso, but definitely we can improve. If you compare the police officers that we have now to 20 years ago, we have the same amount, but the population has increased. So definitely we need to increase our staffing numbers. You know, that will help it with response time. In addition to that, the opening of the East Side Regional Command is very important, and we need to staff that. So with those two combination of things, I really do think that definitely we can improve and keep our neighborhoods safe.
Mr. Leiva?
All right, so I have a lot of experience with the El Paso Police Department, and I think that they do a great job. They have excellent response times. I think they're very professional. I think they're awesome, and I would like to continue to support them, maybe meet with them and see what their needs are to see how we can fulfill them.
Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you. So I think that, we are short-staffed on both our fire and our police departments. That's why we recently went ahead and did an incentive in order to recruit more officers and firefighters, and that is a $1,000 sign-on bonus. So we know that while we are a safe city, more needs to be done to recruit. A lot of the overtime that was happening during COVID. A lot of the overtime that was happening is during our migrant situation, because we are short-staffed and we're having to move some of our fire department officers back into the Welcome Center. And so I believe that, moving forward, we've also provided police cameras for them. We have a new regional command center coming online on the far east. I was endorsed by the fire department. We're helping them out with their pension. So I am a strong supporter of our police, our fire, and any resources that they may need, new vehicles, anything that they need. I will continue to advocate for them and work with council to make sure that those needs are met.
Okay, candidates, thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I'll ask our candidates about a huge issue all El Pasoans are concerned about: street maintenance. The response when we come back.